last year's MVP, Justin Verlander. Swung on and missed, and this game's history.
A World Series rematch from 2011. Rangers baseball as Texas goes up against the St. Louis Cardinals. And now we go out to St. Louis with Gary Thorne and the 2K crew for today's broadcast.
And a tremendous force at the plate. We'll get to see the big bat of Vladimir Guerrero. Major League Baseball and 2K Sports. Gary Thorne, John Crockett, Steve Phillips. And here at Busch Stadium, the Cardinal fans settling in and settling in red. Their starter, Chris Carpenter. Steve, we'll be focusing here on these Texas hitters. What will he be looking at?
Pitching's the key to win any ball game, and with their quality right-hander on the mound today, that's going to be a key as well against this outstanding lineup. He's going to have to execute his pitches to get the outs.
This is the lineup we'll see for the Rangers. And our scouting report, John, who are we watching for today?
Well, Adrian Beltre over the years has proven that if he stays healthy, he's one of the best run producers in anyone in baseball, especially for a third baseman. We know about the glove. He's the best third baseman in baseball defensively, bar none. But now he's a middle-of-the-lineup power RBI machine for his team.
Getting the game started, Ian Kinsler at the plate.
For the Texas Rangers, second baseman, number 5, Ian Kinsler.
Hit in the air to left center. And it's going to be Holiday. As he moves over, puts it away short left. And now's a good time to take a quick look at how the St. Louis Cardinals will look defensively.
All right, take a look at this club defensively. The thing to remember is they're ranked in the bottom 5 for the total number of errors committed. That's a lot of mistakes and a lot of extra base runners and bases that they've given up.
Elvis Andrus is batting here, one away.
Well, last season is going to be one the Cardinals fans will never forget. The September comeback, 10.5 games down to win the wild card, and then the magical run to their 11th World Championship.
Smashes that one towards the shortstop. And he's out at first. What an out. In fact, he had a dive and still had time to get up and make the throw. That's how hard that was hit.
Well, the accuracy of that throw is what's tremendous. When you're moving that quickly, rushing to get to your feet, it's awfully tough to be that accurate.
Now with 2 outs, a chance here for Josh Hamilton. Steve was talking about those memories from the 11th season with the Cardinals. They will be many. None more so than erasing that Braves 10.5 game lead in the course of 32 games, John.
And the World Series, though, was one for the ages. Game 6 may have been the greatest game ever played in the Fall Classic. All the ups and downs of that series were just amazing.
Oh! Carpenter can't get him to swing at a pitch down low.
The best curveballs are the ones that start in the strike zone, then fall out of the strike zone. He couldn't get him to fish for that one, though.
That one fouled off by Hamilton. Carpenter too far outside. That's a ball. Two-1 on the way. There's a swing and a drive deep to left field. And there's Holiday for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning for Chris Carpenter. He gets through the first inning without allowing a hit. Bottom half coming right up, St. Louis Cardinals.
It speaks volumes for the Rangers as an organization. I mean, for a long time, they're at the bottom of the AL East. Couldn't get much in the way of pitching, but they've been a powerhouse the last few seasons.
0-1 count as that started off with a strike. He's 1 for 3 off Holland. Here's the pitch. And he leaves that one alone. Lance Berkman with patience to even it up.
Well, that right there is a really good pitch, just missing the outside corner. Give the batter a lot of credit, though. That is one of the toughest pitches to lay off of, that hard fastball away.
Swung on by Berkman. He hammers it. And gone. Goodbye. The homer, and the Cardinals getting on the board with a long ball. And so they jump out to the 2-0 lead. Wow, what a great time for a 2-run shot like that. One swing of the bat, 2 RBIs. That is a notch on the WPA chart. Let's take a look at the graph.
Oh, great piece of hitting right there. He turns on that one, rotates the hips, and drives the ball.
And that's going to give them the lead here, and an early lead.
I'm going to see if they can tack on a few more here in the first and put the pressure on. Well, this is how you want to do it, Gary, offensively. I mean, St. Louis now out in front. Now they want to look to pad this lead.
This ball is hammered deep right. That'll do it as Cruz puts it away. Great offense early. First inning sees the first 2 runs of this game. The Cardinals on top 2-0. Heart of the order due to bat next. And welcome to those of you just tuning in. 2K Sports, Major League Baseball. This is Gary Thorne along with Steve Phillips and John Crook. It's got to be Napoli. He's got 3 hits and 3 lifetime at-bats off Chris Carpenter. Mike Napoli isn't fooled by that pitch, and the count is evened up.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there. Four-seam fastball up in the zone.
The 1-1 on the way. Hit in the dirt. Descalso. 1 down.
With a catcher's ring. Left fielder, number 7, David Murphy.
And in the batter's box, it's Murphy.
Well, there's no complaint from the St. Louis Cardinals in the performance of Chris Carpenter in last year's postseason. Not your typical fireball or ace that he once was, but he knows how to pitch, and he knows how to keep his team in the game.
Swung on, he hit it. It goes to Jay, and that gets the tying run on board. And with that, Ian Kinsler will come to the plate.
Well, you know what? I've seen better swings in a park, but the pitcher able to pick up a base hit right there, and hey, nothing like helping yourself.
Last time up, flew out. Flew out last time. Runners on first and second with 1 out. And here's the first one. Carpenter gets it by him.
But you know, the rap on Kinsler's always been he's great when he's healthy, but how often is he healthy? Lucky for him and the Rangers, last year he was able to stay on the field all year and play.
They're going to try for a double steal. Oh, and they get that one on the out. Couldn't get the double part of it. Outstanding reflexes as you watch the catcher get rid of this thing.
You know, when you're on second base, you're already in scoring position, so if you're going to steal, you better be sure you're going to make it. He shouldn't have been that sure right there.
1-1 pitch, slider, taken for a strike, 1-2. Talking about those numbers for Kinsler, John, that 155 games is a high for him.
And you know what you're going to get with Kinsler when he stays healthy. He can steal bases, he can hit home runs, he plays a plus defense at second base, and he adds some pop at the beginning of that lineup.
Gave him a fastball that time, but it's outside, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on grounder. This might be it. And the throw's in time at first. Mercy, what a play.
Well, they treated their hometown crowd to a phenomenal pitching performance in this one. A big win on the shoulders of their pitchers.
As we check out the highlight reel of our player of the game, Chris Carpenter on the mound. He had the arm working today.
Well, any starting pitcher will tell you that the last thing he wants to ever have to do is to turn the game over to the bullpen. They like to finish what they start, and that's exactly what he did today. He had all his pitches working, and he had complete command of the strike zone out there. He kept his lineup in check the entire game and finished it strong.
And Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
And that's going to do it for us here. For Steve Phillips, John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. Take care.